There's a couple videos I want to watch together with you, America. The title of it is Bodega Worker Charged with Murder After Stabbing Man Who Attacked Him. This is CBS New York. Murder or self-defense? Self-defense, clearly. He shot my arm off. Liquor store owner stops armed robbery. Las Vegas smoke shop owner fights back, stabs robber. That's going to be the last one. Save the best for last. The Las Vegas shop owner stabs would-be thief multiple times. And, yeah, hopefully hopefully it's not, so start with the bodega worker. People are sick of the fucking criminals.
Vacations, fun, and we make booking them easy. Find your perfect place to stay. Booking.com. Yeah.
A Manhattan bodega worker is charged with second-degree murder and is back home tonight after being released on bail. Police say he stabbed someone who confronted him behind the counter over the weekend. But as CBS 2's Ali Bauman reports from Hamilton Heights, the mayor is defending the suspect's actions.
Surveillance video shows 37-year-old Austin Simon going behind the bodega counter. He pushes the clerk, 51-year-old Jose Alba, into a chair, then stands over him. Moments later, Simon seemingly pulls Alba up by his shirt collar, and the two men wrestle. We're freezing the video before the clerk pulls out a knife and stabs Simon multiple times.
He grabbed him by the neck to drag him out. The first thing that you feel is you fears about your life. So you're gonna do whatever is possible for you to defend yourself.
This happened late Friday night in the
Blue Moon Convenience Store.
Police were called for an assault in progress and found Simon bleeding from 2 stab wounds in his chest.
So people are outraged because the guy grabs a little shank or a knife and he stabs the guy several times in the neck and he kills him. Kills the guy. And why? Well, because his wife, his woman friend, wanted to buy a bag of chips. And the guy said, "You don't have enough money on your card for a bag of chips." It declined. And she says, "Why don't you give me the bag of chips anyways?" And he was like, "I'm not going to give you the bag of chips." "Oh, well, I'm a fucking, a criminal piece of shit. I'm going to take them bag of fucking chips. You give me them fucking bag. I'm going to go get my man." Man comes in. "Well, you ain't gonna give her a bag of chips? Just a bag of chips, man. What's your problem, man? What's your problem, man?" Poor 51-year-old got to fucking have a shit job, fucking $10 an hour, bodega fucking worker, a worker bee, and has to deal with fucking not assholes, not just fucking asshole pricks all day, but criminal motherfuckers. He's on the front line of these criminal motherfuckers. I think people are pissed off that it looks so gruesome, and it did. It was. I mean, he took a fucking knife and jabbed the guy in the neck. But the guy, you saw what he did. He shoved him. He's in his little fucking space. As soon as basically he walked into his fucking space, you got, 6 feet is, stretch out your arms. That's your space. That's your space. The reason why you feel, threatened if somebody is within your space, because if they're in your space and you could touch them, that means they could probably touch you. And so therefore, that's why you feel threatened. So he wasn't just in his space, though. He was saying, "Give him the fucking chips. I'm going to rob you, motherfucker. I just shoved you, motherfucker. You ain't shit, motherfucker." And grabbing him, motherfucker, like manhandling him, violence, assault. No telling how far the motherfucker was going to fucking escalate this motherfucking shit too. So, people are fed up. People are fed up. People are pissed off. What the fuck, man? You think I want this $10 an hour job, motherfucker? You fucking asshole, motherfucker. You want to go steal a fucking bag of chips? You could have goddamn just stand outside and just asked people for a quarter and got 4 quarters and bought the goddamn bag of chips. You could have earned your fucking bag of chips. Instead, now look what happened to you. He shot my arm off. Liquor store owner stops armed robbery by firing. Let's take a look at this video. By firing back at suspects. This is Norco, California liquor store owner prevents an armed robbery.
A suspect gets more than he bargained for when he attempts to hold up a liquor store where the owner is armed. It happened in Norco, California on July 31st. Officials say 4 masked suspects attempted to rob a liquor store just before 3 o'clock in the morning. The suspects were armed with long guns and had coverings on their faces. Store security footage shows a suspect enter and call for the owner to put his hands up. That's when the owner pulls out a rifle of his own and fires. Security footage outside the store shows a suspect run back to a vehicle yelling, "He shot my arm off." In all the commotion, the getaway driver begins to leave without one of their passengers. The left-behind suspect then jumps into the vehicle and it drives off. Officials say the 4 suspects were later found at a hospital.
So that's super fucked up. You had 4 men, 4 long guns. They're all covered. And somehow they fucked that thing up. They fucked that thing up good. And why? Because one motherfucker returned fire and the guy shot and he shot my arm off. He still had his arm there, but basically I guess he got shot in the arm. And they took him to the hospital because like, oh no, we didn't. We just wanted to steal the guy's money at gunpoint and possibly murder the guy. We didn't want any damn violence. We weren't asking for bloodshed and trouble. We were just asking for all the money and property that he had and if he didn't, we were going to give him bloodshed and trouble. We didn't want bloodshed and trouble on us. We just wanted to give bloodshed and trouble to others. That's all we wanted to do. He shot my arm off. I bet it was painful and it hurt. And you know, some respects that would be, don't they like, back in the good old days, used to like chop people's hands off? That's Saudi Arabia. Oh, but we're best friends with Saudi Arabia. What they did 9/11, who cares? Let's give them weapons and money and protection. U.S. protection.
From crooks, one business owner showing no fear as 2 would-be crooks walk right in the door. Thank you for joining us at 6. I'm Kirsten Joyce. And I'm Denise Valdez. In a very calm, matter-of-fact way, the smoke shop owner took matters into his own hands after he says 2 people tried to steal from his store. Victoria Saha joins us live from Smoke Storm near Sahara and Arville with how the situation unfolded. Yeah, the owner of Smoke Storm said that he noticed one person holding this door wide open. Then 2 people wearing ski masks walked in. That's when he says he knew there was trouble. It was mid-afternoon on Wednesday when owner Johnny Newen was working at his smoke shop. Surveillance video shows 2 people walking up to the counter. Ski masks caught Newen's attention. You hear him asking why they're wearing the masks.
Why are you guys wearing masks like that?
Around this moment, you see Newen reaching for something near the register. One person tries running off with a tip jar. Another jumps over the counter. This is when the owner attacked.
I want to go back to that because the first guy grabs the tip jar and then the guy goes, "It's all right, you could go ahead and have that." And since it didn't piss the guy off, they turned around and came back. We took something from you and you didn't get pissed off about it. So it wasn't even about robbing or taking something of value. It was about pissing fucking dude off. You ain't shit, motherfucker. So again, this isn't just a worker bee. This is a shop owner. So this guy, if you take his money, you're stealing from him. You steal $50 from him. That's like you took $50 out of his, his family's food fund. It's like you literally took, it's not like a big, nameless, shapeless corporation. This is a Ma and Pa shop. And you just, straight up, you took a tip jar from Paul. Paul said it was cool. And then the dude, it's pretty fucking cringe. I mean, it's criminal motherfuckers. They're already fucked up to begin with, but the guy takes the tip jar. So, okay, you got your $5. So go get yourself a Big Mac, motherfucker. You're this fucking broke. You got to go around fucking robbing goddamn good, hardworking, honest people that's trying to, make an honest buck, make an honest dime. You doing honest labor to make an honest dime, and then these fucking, dipshit fucking pieces. People are pissed off. And so that's the first thing I noticed. Like, what the fuck? Took the tip jar, and then he turns back around because it wasn't fucking good enough. And then, you got tall Mr. fucking McGee and then Shorty McGee. and then Tall McGee, they both turn back around, then Shorty McGee hops on over the fucking thing, and then immediately it looks like he stabs him like 3 times in the neck. Salman Rushdie got stabbed like 15 to 20 times or something, but he gets stabbed 3 times in the neck, right? And then the guy, apparently he said that he was dead. Oh, I'm dead. So he jumped over the counter. I guess that motherfucker, they thought they was fucking brave or something, huh? And that tall motherfucker, he bailed, right? He ain't gonna save his friend. He didn't attack the fucking guy and say, hands off my buddy. The guy stabbed his fucking friend in the fucking neck. The guy took off, and there was 3 of them. So you had one shop owner with a gun that scared 4 motherfuckers off. This guy with a knife was able to scare 2 motherfuckers or maybe 3 motherfuckers off, because once the guy said, I'm dead, it's like, okay, you're getting stabbed in the neck. That's going through your windpipe. And actually, the last I heard, the guy was still alive. He was still alive. But you seen that, he was grabbing the stuff, but then feels the neck. So it took him a second or 2 to register. And then eventually he, stops stealing. He stops stealing. And then he just holds on to the guy who's stabbing him, kind of like, man, stop stabbing me. Just stop it. And then the guy kind of drags him away from the merchandise. And then, the guy just kind of lays down on the ground and you see him kind of push him off. But fuck, 3-on-1. Guy, 3-on-1. They're all bigger than him. And all he had was a knife. And so shit, some people might say it's not, property isn't worth a life. But what the fuck? That piece of shit, people are sick of this shit. I mean, seriously, you gotta work. That motherfucker could sink that whole fucking business. That could have been a $1,000, $2,000 hit. That, he couldn't pay the electric, couldn't pay the lease. Now he's fucking, defaulted on whatever. Now he has no business. So just one goddamn fucking hit like that, a fucking criminal could really sink a small business, a mall impulse shop. People are fucking sick of this shit. So let's watch what this guy does. Las Vegas.
One person tries running off with a tip jar, another jumps over the counter. This is when the owner attacks.
I had to assume they had a firearm, so I just wanted to make sure that I could protect myself. I didn't have any thoughts in the moment. It was just a lot of adrenaline going through my body.
Looked like he kind of stabbed in the shoulder and in the side. I don't even know if he stabbed the windpipe, because that might have been...
Even thinking about it now, my heart rate is a little bit elevated.
After the stabbing, you see Nguyen dragging the person to the front of the store. He says,
then I gotta say something else. People get pissed off about, citizens fighting back because it looks gruesome. It looks fucking terrible. But again, he didn't know what the fuck they had. They could have had knives. They could have had guns. If they had a knife, if they would have had a shank, right? Clearly, they didn't think, I guess they're supposed to be honor among thieves or something? That, hey, man, you were just supposed to use hands. What are you using weapons for? I didn't even know we would be using weapons. I didn't know we were just jumping fucking counters and stealing shit. So fuck, you changed the rules. I changed the fucking rules. But that, that escalated fucking quickly, right? Will Ferrell said in that Anchorman movie. That really escalated. Shit can escalate. There's something about humans, right? Once you get them going, you get 2 of them going, then it could have been, so much worse. It could have been so much worse.
Police and paramedics. According to Metro, the 2 seen in this video are teen boys. Nguyen says that he did stab the young man 7 times. His condition is unknown, but Nguyen says he was talking when help showed up. As for Nguyen, he says he will be buzzing customers in from now on, and he will be arming himself. Victoria Saha, live, local, now.
And who would argue that he doesn't have a right to defend himself? Does the Second Amendment not imply a right to self-defense? And actually the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. We can't have liberty and the pursuit of happiness without life. So if he felt like his life, the guy jumped in his space, right? And he took the tip jar. He's reaching in his space. He's got, 5-6 feet. They came up into his shop. They came up into his premises. But I feel like once they jumped over, right, in business, it's for the public or whatever. But you got these motherfuckers. So when do you act? When the guy jumps over the fucking counter, that's when you act. When the guy comes behind the fucking counter and shoves you, that's when you fucking act. When the people come into the store with fucking long guns pointed at you, that's when you act. And you have to catch it on surveillance. You got to use of force and then be prepared to defend yourself, to defend you, to persuade, say, this is why I had to, Instead, what would they have done? If they called the police got there 30 fucking minutes later, they already took all the stuff and did whatever the hell that they were going to do, and the cops ain't going to do shit. They ain't going to catch nobody, and hell, they might even arrest a goddamn shop owner for some, hey, don't look me in the eye. Some dumb reason, some dumb petty reason. So yeah, people are sick of this shit, and good. I'm glad people are standing up.